With that said, I want to thank you all for being on the call tonight. This is going to be an amazing call tonight. Did you guys like what Mr. Brinkley put that together? Now there was 8 things on there. Hold it, don't go back and see it's on. I don't see if anybody took notes. Did you guys catch any of those 8 words that were on there? Don't show it, Mr. Clemens. I just want to see if anybody caught any of the words. See, that was a lesson right there.
You want them out louder in the chat.
Huh?
You want them out louder in the chat.
You can put it out loud. No, it didn't say leadership, but it says Al Thomas leadership. Yeah, but no, creativity,
creative content, history,
creativity was one of them.
Creative
storytelling. Yeah, I'm gonna tell a story tonight. But there was 8 words that were around the storytelling. Did you guys catch any of those 8 words? Because it's all gonna be done tonight. I might do a part 2 of this. This is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good tonight. I feel it. Creativity. Okay, I'll give them to you. I'm not here to. Okay, the first one I'm gonna talk about is history. Oh, Miss Collins got it. History, and she also got. Did I put vision? Nah. Okay, let me give them to you. I'm gonna talk tonight, and maybe I might do a 2-part of this. Number 1 is history, creativity, content, share, emotions. There's gonna be some of that tonight. Communications, marketing, and experience. Storytelling with Al Thomas. Now, I'm gonna reach way back 28 years ago. Are y'all ready? Here we go. First of all, I want to highlight, here's my notes. And I said, look, I take notes. I got a book called Overcoming Rejections. If y'all haven't gotten it, Overcoming Rejections Will Make You Rich. I think even Aaron Burton talked about this a while back, by Larry, last name is D-I-A-N-G-O. Now, I've read this book, and I want to buy it again. Like, man, I've read this book. I got so many books I've read, I can't keep track of all the books I've read. Some books I bought 3 times. That's how many books I've got, because I'm an avid reader, and sometimes I forget how many books or what book, But anyway, I'm gonna go to page 10, and I'm not gonna go to the page, but watch this. Let me help you understand one thing. When you read a book, you just don't read it and put it down and get another book. You take notes. So this is my notes on that. This is my notes. You see this notes. Now in my notes, there it is there. I'll tell you what book I'm reading. I'm gonna go to page 10. See, when you read a book, then you have to learn how to study a book. Study a book. If I ask you what you got in the book, well, I don't know. You study a book by taking notes. Now, and things that stand out to you. So I took 3 books with me, and I finished 2. Now, on page 10, I'm gonna read this to you. And this is my notes, not the book. I'm reading my notes. Verbatim, it says, the reason why some people will reject you and your ideas is that they have already rejected the positive picture of themselves, having rejected any possibilities for a better personal future. So when people tell you no, they're not telling you no, they just don't see it for themselves. And once you understand that, it'll bless you. Now, I'm going to read on page 11 in my notes. Next thing that stood out to me, because I had plenty of time to take a lot of notes. On page 11, I'm going to quote. It said, the longer you live, the more successful, purpose-driven people I am privileged to meet. Have you noticed that? And develop relationship with. The more I am convinced that one of the greatest secrets to success in any area of your life is the ability to keep moving forward. To keep moving forward. There you go, Sharon, to move forward in the face of rejection. Now, when you write that word rejection, underline it, because see, some of you get caught up. Some of y'all still ain't talk to your kids. Some of y'all still ain't talk to your best friends. Some of y'all ain't did nothing because, well, I'm not saying nothing, but you ain't talked to people you need to talk to because you're scared of rejection. What they're gonna think of you, what they're gonna say about you. Now, let me go back. Now, that's how I'm starting this off tonight. My story. Al Thomas did not care, did not give a rat's back end what people said about me. and what they thought. See, if y'all get past that, y'all be senior vice president in a year and a half. If you get past your idiosyncrasies of rejection and what people are going to say about me because I'm doing, yeah, if you get past that. Now, when I got started, I'm gonna go way back. Here we go, but buckle up. When I got started, I was already successful in real estate, but I understood the characteristics, key word is characteristic of a leader. I understood everybody's not going to be happy for me. I understood I'm going to get a lot of rejection because people thought, because wait a minute, Mr. Thomas, you're selling all this real estate. You're doing a phone thing. How many of y'all heard the phone thing? The phone thing. You're doing this phone thing. So they kept thinking nickels, dimes, and quarters because that's all they understood. The phone business, the phone thing. And when I started this stuff, payphone. So the phone thing, you doing quarters, nickel? What are you doing? You're not selling houses and apartment. The phone thing? Have you lost your mind? Here again, keep number one. Al, write this down. Al Thomas did not what? Care or give a rat's back in what people what thought of me and said to me. Some of you guys have to do that. You have to turn your back. Some of you haven't done that yet because you're too scared of what your friends are going to say about you. Remember, they're not paying your bill, Kathleen Williams. Remember, they're not paying your bills, Daryl Ranson. Now, I'm going to give you a saying I sent out in a text message a while ago, Ms. Sanders. And it said this, Mr. Jones, a postage stamp. I'm sorry, no, let me go back. The leader of an orchestra or a band must turn his or her back to the audience, hallelujah, to conduct the band. So you got to turn your back to people. You got to turn, that's right, Gil Wiggins. You got to turn your back, Christina. You got to turn your back. Now, Miss Ismail, you got to turn your back. You don't, you know, hey, conductor, you got to turn his back. Look, here's the second thing. So I started off with this, but I'm going to throw this out there too, because it relates. You must be, write this down. You must be like a postage stamp. You say, Mr. Thomas, I got to be like a what? A postage stamp. That's right, Al Randolph. Because why, Freddie Sherman? It's real simple, Miss Ursula Allen. See, a postage stamp sticks to the envelope till it gets to its destination. Whoa, Pat Robinson, you got to stick in there, young lady, until you get to your destination. Now, what are you saying, Mr. Thomas? How does it talk about your story? Well, I got, one of the gentlemen just jumped on the call. I asked two gentlemen to jump on the call tonight. I'm going to go back. Now, when Al Thomas got started, y'all take your phone off mute a little bit. What did I say I did? Did I care? I did what? What did I didn't care? What? Y'all, somebody say something to me. What did I say earlier? Repeat it.
You didn't give a rat's ass.
Back.
Well, I said back in, but you got it, Miss. There you go. That's right. That's right. You said it. You said it. Yep. You said it. I didn't give a rat's back in what people said about me. Now, let me ask you a question. Why the blankety blank are you? You see, that's what stop holding you back and stalling you. So when I got started, let's go back now. Here we go into storytelling. His storytelling. Let me flip it over to storytelling. Now that I laid the prerequisites of the groundwork, which I'm going to work within the context. Now, when I want, and the first thing I'm going to talk about history. Here's the history. Remember, history, creativity, what do you have? Content, share, emotion, communication, marketing, experience. Here we go. Because all that's going to be wrapped up. Matter of fact, I feel so good. It's going to be a part 2 to this. I just feel it in my bones, Miss Akinko. All right. When I first got started, it was December. Y'all sit back. Don't take no notes on this part. I want you to listen. But you might want to take notes. I went to a meeting. Now, let me back it up a little further. Oh, my goodness. This is getting real good. It's getting good to me. I was at a place called Bel Air Supermarket in Gold River, California to Sacramento. Nice area, high end. And I was in there buying some groceries, and the guy in front of me, he had a button on, big old button like a clown would wear. Now watch this. How many of y'all would have put a button on that big? No, some of you said, I ain't gonna wear that now. I don't want my friends to see me that kind of button on. I ain't gonna put nothing like that. I mean, it was a big button. See right there, some of you stopped you right there for being successful. Now this is the honest God truth. This story. And he was in front of me. His name was Jeff Fisher. And I saw the button and I looked at this guy. Watch this. This is my sponsor in Excel Communication, my MLM. He was a mechanic. I still crack up. How did a mechanic get an Al Thomas? A mechanic that I didn't know, he didn't know me, I didn't know him, we didn't know each other. A mechanic. What am I trying to say? If you got your bait on your hook, Lord have mercy, you don't know when you're going to catch a Moby Dick. But you got to be in position. See, that's the key word, is be in position. Boy, this is good to me right now. We had nothing in common. But Marcia Carter, he had a big old button on, looked like a clown. It said, ask me about free airline tickets. It was a big one. As they said in the South, it was a big one. It was a big one. And I said, man, tell me about these airline tickets. On your button, he turned around. He couldn't explain it. Marie, he could not explain it. He says, man, we're giving away airline tickets and we're having a meeting. Watch this. He flipped me so fast, he couldn't explain. Hey, we're having, them airline, we're having a meeting tonight about it. Watch this. So why do you guys think you need to know everything there is about he didn't know nothing. He flipped me over and said, we're having a meeting tonight at the hotel up here in Rockland. I'd love you to come out and be my guest. They explain it more detail. What did he do? He took what we teach y'all, the pass it to the upline, right? Pass it to peak and pass, peak and pass. He was so goofy, he didn't know he passed it into. So me, I'm curious. I'm curious. That was December 15th of 1990. I'm going way back with y'all. Way back, because I think I was loving it. So I go to the meeting in Rockland. I walk in the place. I said, is this where the meeting is? Yeah, come on in. There's about 15 people in there. I've signed in. And I said, who got you? I said, Jeff Fisher. He's over there. He looked like a mechanic. Nothing wrong with mechanics. He dressed like a mechanic. What I'm trying to say, it don't matter how you dress, folks. Just get out there and prospect. And I came in and sat down. And I'm gonna tell you how dumb I was. I was so excited what I saw. And I got there like maybe 30 minutes early, because most leaders, if you notice, when you go to fundraisers, the successful or wealthy people get there early. They don't get there late, they get there early. Hint, hint, there's another clue right there. Got there early. I got there early and a guy walked in the door named James Moore. I said, how you doing, man? Great. How'd you hear about this? He said, I went to the state fair in Sacramento. Watch this, listen up. Nobody talked to me, they're all busy. And I found out the name was called Excel. So I called the home office and they told me where the nearest meeting was. So I drove from Stockton to Sacramento. We're talking about 45 minutes, an hour drive. Because nobody would talk to him. I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me nobody invited you to the meeting? He goes, no, sir. I took it upon myself, Pat Robinson and TJ. I wanted to find out more, so I drove up here to be here tonight. Kathleen Williams, Daryl Ransom, my hand went around him so fast, you thought we were cousins. I said, man, you my new best friend. I said, you my new best friend. Man, how you doing? True story. He was my first, Dee Dee Sanders, my first IBO. Now, here, write this down. Write this down now. This is important. God bless you if you just show up. Right? Oh, my God. God bless you if you just show up. His name was James. Yeah, I see, Mr. O'Neill. I got you. I saw you when you jumped on, sir. I got you. I'm coming to you in a minute. And God bless you if you just show up. I went on, he was my first IBO. Now watch this, Mr. Payon, I want you to listen to this. I showed up, God showed up and gave me a new IBO who just wandered in the room when nobody invited him. Nobody. He took it upon himself.
Wow.
James Moore went on to put about 600 to 700 people in my downline.
Wow.
Good old Mississippi boy. Matter of fact, I just talked to him about a month ago, just by showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you how dumb I was, because I got some dumb stories. Don't think we all. Let me tell you what I did, dummy. So that was December. What day was that? I went to the meeting. Anybody remember who said it? Come on, say it. What day was that? December what?
15th.
December 15th. Yeah, December 15th. Dummy me. Guess what I wanted? Because I had ego and pride. You know what I did? I cut my. Don't you laugh, Miss Natasha Ismail. I'm watching you. I can see past your little screen. I dated my application, Pat Robinson, December 1st. So I messed myself out of 15 days of qualifications because I want to start December 1st. Yes, that's how good. This is honest God truth.
Wow.
Because I wanted my start date the 1st of the month, not the 15th. I messed myself out of 15 days. Anyway, so that was that start. Now I'm gonna leap ahead. I'm gonna leap ahead. Now go back with me again. What was Al Thomas' slogan? He didn't give a rat's what about what?
Back in.
Okay, about what people thought about him.
Yes.
There's a gentleman who just got on the phone. So I'm gonna come back to that later on, probably next week. But I'm giving y'all the real. Most people don't know this story. These stories. I never told these stories. I got so many stories in me. It'd take me 5 or 10 years to get through. Anyway. So I got this gentleman in my business, and I want him to tell, first of all, how I got him in the business before he tells the other story about going out to the telephone poles. That's a class of clue to him. Mr. Adrian O'Neill, will you tell the story how we got you started in the business?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, I actually got in the business through my auntie. You met my auntie. My auntie said it sounds too real to be good, so I want you to sit down and talk to this gentleman. And we just sat down and talked, and I jumped in.
Right. Now, when he got in, we were still in Excel. Him and a gentleman he brought in named Mr. Fletcher. Matter of fact, I just texted him too to see if he can jump on. Now, back in the day when ACN, we left Excel, we used to go out and actually put things on telephone poles. See, look, we didn't care. Everybody, write this down. This is a big one for all of you to get. This is a grandiose one. And I've said this before, Dee Sanders. To think is to what? Who can finish that sentence it off for me? To create. There you go. And to create is to what? Think. See, Mr. Payon's been thinking a lot lately. That's why he's been getting more people in front of more people, got more confident. It's coming up with ideas. So we had an idea. I think we were in Excel or ACN at the time we did the telephone poles. You remember? It was ACN, wasn't it?
ACN.
Yeah, it was ACN. So what we did when ACN came out with Flash Wireless, to think is to what?
Create.
And to create is to what?
Think.
There you go. So we thought, I thought, hey, I got an idea. Watch this. So I went out and bought a whole bunch of these little throwaway flip phones. We get them for like, I think it was like $20 a flip phone. And I must have bought, I don't know, what, 50 or 60 of them? And
I believe we had like 100 of them.
100 of them. Yeah, they were $20 a pop. So here again, to think of an idea, how can we blow our business up? See, none of y'all can't think because you weren't trained to think, but after this day, y'all think. So I figured we had 100. So we went and I had some signs made up to put on the telephone poles. Tell them about the sign, Miss O'Neill, what they said.
All the sign said is, do you want a free phone?
And a phone number. That's all it said. It wasn't a whole big, see, all this, y'all be writing out books and chapters and my God, complicating things. It was simple. Who wants a free cell phone? And a phone number. Hey, look, oh, y'all can do that. So, man, I tell you what we did, we put them up and we got the little twisters that we got a ladder and we went down in the hoodie area a little bit and we start posting them showcase everywhere. everywhere. We go out. It took us a couple weeks to put all them signs out. Wow. See, watch this. What's $20? If you are an RD guy, dog, or ETL, you invest $20, you sign up one IBO, what do you get on that? Get them qualified. Way more than 20. I'm a businessman. And now they're back to residual. So I figured, hey, let's put them out. We're all ETL. Let's put them out. We're RD. Let's put them out. Phone ring. Free phone. That's right. That's what he said. Do you realize? Go ahead and tell some more of the story, Mr. O'Neill. Let me shut up.
Well, once we put them up, phone rang for about almost a good 2 years off just a couple of signs that we put up. You were constantly getting phone calls. I mean, some of them were misses, but you got some hits. But it drove it had your phone ringing.
Yeah, the phone was ringing. We're looking at trying to get some flipped over to IBOs or something. Hey, we'll give you a free phone to sign up as a customer. See, we'll give you we'll give you the phone, but you got to be our see, they're our customers, folks. It's a business. If I can invest, watch it. If I can invest 20 and make 100, I'm all over it. If I can invest 20 and make 50, would you do it? See, y'all not thinking like business owners. You got to invest back in your business. Man, 2 years later, phone's still ringing. Still ringing. We ran out of phones. I wanted Mr. O'Neill to tell that story because, see, sometimes when you go back in history, it is called experience on the 8 things. About. He's got the experience because he saw me do it. He was around. He watched how we marketed. We had an idea. We ran with it. It was myself, him, and Mr. Fletcher. I had him over to my house for dinner a couple of weeks ago. We're sitting there cracking up, laughing about the old days. Mr. Fletcher was like, man, remember we used to put them signs up on the telephone poles? Man, because why? It worked. Go ahead, Mr. O'Neill. You want to say anything else, sir?
No, I don't. What about that time we stood for almost a good month straight in the grocery stores?
Tell about that story. That's another some creativity. It was, let me set it up so you can tell the story. What happened was Larry Raskin, I got Larry Raskin to come to Las Vegas before they were launching Mexico. And Larry said, man, I can't do nothing, but they all have to be Hispanic or Mexico, something about, I said, Larry, watch this, listen up. I promise you I'll have it done. Because I'm a what leader? I only had a handful, so I figured, okay, we got to make this happen. I already made a commitment. See, y'all are scared to make a commitment to be a leader. You're scared to put yourself on the line. See, a leader is going to put himself or herself on the line. I said, man, come out. I'll pack the room out. I only had 10 people spoke Spanish. But watch this. Like senior vice president, I went to work to make it what? Real. So y'all too busy. That's why I like Miss Roxanne Coralina. She's I look at twice she's done a big meeting. She made a commitment and went to go to work and make it real. Write that down. Make the commitment and go to work and make it real. So what I decided to do, I said, okay, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get little flyers, and I'm gonna have done in Spanish. I got like 4 or 5, maybe 1,000, 2,000 flyers. And we'd stand in front of the Spanish markets. There's like 4 or 5 Spanish markets. And in the hottest summer, 110-degree weather out, we'd be out there, hola, ¿qué pasó? Hola, hola. We didn't know what it said on the flyer. We knew we couldn't speak a lick of Spanish per se. Hola, ¿qué pasó? Hola, señorita, señor, niño, niña. We would just tell a story now, Mr. O'Neill. Now I got them all set up.
And we did that for about a month straight. And like you said, when Mr. Atkins came down, we had about, close to 400 people in the meeting. And I think out of that, Perla got a big team that hit in Mexico from this sitting in front of a store. Yeah, there was you, me, Perla Banal, Gwinnetta, and Veronica. There was about 7 or 8 of us putting flyers out. Listen up. In the hot Vegas sun for a month before he came. I went from 12 to 400. See, that's called commitment. That's called I put it all on the line. That was called not making excuses, because leaders don't make excuses.
So Dave Carver, what we did, we just went out there every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. For an hour here, an hour there, every day, every day. And when Larry Raskin came, he was so impressed. And then what I did, I set up a luncheon at a Mexican restaurant. It was by invitation only. You had to have at least 15 guests or better to come to the restaurant to meet Larry Raskins. And we had it at a restaurant over on Flamingo. I still remember it. And boy, we had a time. Boy, we had a time. And everybody was, it all had to be Hispanic for everybody in Mexico for the pre-launch. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. You want to share anything else about that, sir? Or anything else?
Nope, no, sir. Just want to say thank you for everything, sir.
You're welcome. Now, that is, I want to give you guys an insight. Let me ask you a question. How many of you would have did what we done? See, y'all have thought about it. Now, I'm not saying nothing negative. Y'all have thought about it, and then you came to the conclusion, I can't do that. But you didn't put anything into action. Now, with that said, I'm gonna end the call. I should go. I got so much more to give y'all. I definitely have to do a part 2. I might have to do a part 3. I got so much to unload on you on things that work in this business. But to think is to create, and to create is the thing. Some of you guys are hung up the kind of what's been happening lately. You haven't scared to go out. Some of y'all, I mean, there is more than one way to do this business. Look, let's see how many of y'all on the call tonight. Let's see. Let's say there's 28 of them in the call. And let's say I line you all up in a line. I say, okay, to go from this wall to that wall, you got to go to this wall or that wall, but you can't do it like somebody else did it. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has to come up with a unique way to getting across to the other side of the wall. Some will skip, some will turn circles, some will flip, whatever. But the key is do something creative to build your business. That's just one idea. I can't tell you this other one. I have to come back next week to tell you the door-to-door deal I used to do. I used to go in the hood, door-to-door, getting a boy. Yeah, some of y'all will never do that. Now I lived up in Red Rock community, gated community. And I go down to, anyway, maybe I'll tell that story tonight. Nah, we better hold off. Nah, I'll tell that story tonight. So back in the day when I was in Sacramento and Excel, we used to go out door knocking. And what I do, I go to the 99-cent store. I did it here in Vegas. 99-cent store, and I get my cargo pants on, you know, with the pockets on the side and other pockets. Go down to the 99-cent store. Watch this. To think is, y'all say it with me, to think is to what?
Create.
Create.
And to create is to do what? And to create is to do what?
Think.
That's all this is. And every one of you got an idea, but you're scared to go forward with it. What if it don't work? What if it does work? I mean, imagine me going fishing 5 miles out and all I got is shrimp. And I'm out there for an hour fishing. These other boats are catching fish. I'm like, I'll go with the other, but what y'all got? Night crawlers. Oh, I don't have any of those. I go 5 miles back in the shore, buy night crawlers, and 5 miles back out. And I'm sitting after night crawls, and all of a sudden they ain't biting. All of a sudden I see these other boat catch fish. Go over there. What are y'all using? Stink bait. I didn't get no stink bait. Let me go all the way back in and get stink. You see what I'm saying? You got to get creative. So what I would do is get my cargo pants full of, I go down to 99-cent store. And well, first of all, I go to the bank. I get $100, Dave Carver, of $5 bills. $90 of $5 bills, and I'll get $10 in one, so $100 bill. That was my budget for the day. And I get my little clipboard. Back then we had LOAs, letter of authorization. We used to have forms to fill out. Get my clipboard, have my pens, have my Excel sign on my t-shirt, my shirt with the collar. I had Excel on it. So when what I would do, I would go down to the 99-cent store, spend $5 on 5 $1 bags of candy, fill my pockets with stuff with candy, stuff. I mean, stuff. I put $10 in my front pocket and the rest in my back pocket. And I go out in the hood. A couple of us go four deep or 2 deep that day. And everybody chipping $1. And the one that got the most customers, we'd go out and buy Coke or Pepsi. And let's say Mr. Jones got got more customers and he would drink that drink like it was the best. Oh man, this water's so cold. all my, it's best. I mean, he would just, we make fun out of it. It was a challenge, but it wasn't but $1 challenge. See, because we're creating it, folks. So anyway, we go down to the hood. I wouldn't go down to about 11 o'clock because everybody's woke, they're off the drugs. Seriously, y'all laughing, but see, I look, we were doing so many customers. We would go knock on the door in we hit apartment buildings. Why? There's more of them. Go at 11 o'clock in the hood, knock on the door. Hi, my name is Al Thomas. I'm with Excel Telecommunications. And they look out the people, make sure I want a popo, and they saw the Excel on my shirt. They cracked the door. I got my clipboard. and pen. I said, hi. And I have a $5 bill clipped to my clipboard. And I let them see it. I said, hi, I'm here with Excel Communication. We're offering you $5 a day to change all your long distance service to our service. They go, you gonna give me that $5 right now? Mm-hmm. What I gotta do? Fill out the form, your address, the phone's in your name, right? Yep. You know, you go to the hood, some of the kids have bad credit. Don't you shut up. Some of the bills with the kids' name. But yeah, we would go down there and get customers all, see, I was thinking. Now ring the doorbell, Daryl Ranson, and all of a sudden, you know, the mama had 2 or 3 babies. They come to the door crying and one on the hip. I said, hold on a second, ma'am, can I give him a sucker? That's what the candy for. This is my bait. Yeah, you give them candy. Give each one of them kids candy. Some on the couch, they shut up. Then I could talk to mama. Hey, ma'am, I'm here to give you this $5 today, I ran up. To give you $5 to try my local long distance. Okay. And then I said, you got a friend in the building to have a phone? Yeah, that one over there. I said, she gets one, I'll be right back. Hey, and she would walk me to her girlfriend. Hey, Betty, this guy get away $5. Girl, send him over my way. Man, some days I'd walk out with 15 or 20 forms filled out. Why? Because I'm a leader. Y'all were scared to go to hood. And by the time it get late at night, we're about 5 o'clock, when the music start bumping, bump, I said, oh, time to go. They're getting ready to crank it up out here. I gotta go. I'll be out there about 5 o'clock, Freddie Sherman. When they start cranking that music up, and then I knock at the door, they said, oh, I get a $5 bag with this. And I said, oh man, well, I get the baby some Pampers, or I get some milk. I get, hey, that $5. Look, man, and then sometimes the little kids will be on their little bicycle. Hey, mister, they ain't got no phone, but so-and-so got a phone. I said, here's a sucker for you and $1. Hey, mister, let me take it to the next place. I know that, no, they ain't got a phone over there. They got a phone. Y'all have not because y'all create not. Ain't no shame in my game. And when I got done, I go right to my gated community. 3 gates you had to go through on the golf course in my multi-million-dollar house. Every day, 5 days a week. I take off that shirt, take off the pants in the garage, put my robe on, go and take a shower. Sit down and have dinner. But see, I'm an animal. I'm a builder. I'm a creator. I think is to create, and then I attack it. We'll gather customers every single day. 5 days a week sometimes. We had a routine, $100. Some days I got up to $200. When I know the first or 15 came around, I took $200. Everybody happy. They got a little money in their pocket. And we go apartment building, apartment building, apartment building, apartment building, apartment building, apartment building. And don't let us find a whole row of them jokers like 2 blocks long apartment buildings. Oh, we'd be salivating. Go up there and knock on the door. Sometimes that door opened, the stench would hit you. Going on the alley, the stench would hit you. But we didn't look, we're there again. Look, we're there gathering customers. See, how many of y'all have been that gutsy or tenacious? But that was the early days. That was the early days. See, that's why I said the other day, some of us are just too comfortable. You're too comfortable with what I did. And if I could do that today in ACN, I would. Because why? It don't bother me. I've already mastered it. I will write this down. The question I want to ask you is, will you do what others won't? So you'll have what others will never have. Let me ask you a question. This week I went to a country. I was the only one by myself to speak the language. How many of y'all went? Stretch yourself to survive. I don't know. I heard on news. I heard this. I don't know. I don't know. My mama, my sister, my friend. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Oh my God. Whatever. See, if you get you to overcome your talking to yourself, that inner, it said that the average person goes between 40 to 60,000 negative thoughts a day. You realize you hear more negative than you do positive? What do you think I listen to all day long? Mind food. This is going to be a 2-part, maybe a 3-part series. The history of what Al Thomas has done. The creativity that Al Thomas thought of. The contents we talked about tonight. Number 4, I'm sharing. Number 5, the emotions. Number 6, it's all about communications. Number 7, I'm marketing. And number 8, the experience that Mr. Agent O'Neill talked about and the marketing we did. Why? Because we just thought outside the box. We bought 100 phones. We gave them away for free. Do you realize how much money that have made us? See, some of you, not saying you guys, but most people are scared to invest back in their business. That's why I have a business. Why do you think of my business in 14 countries? Have you ever stopped to think, why has he got 14 countries? How did he do that? I can't get 2 people in my block, my city, because you're thinking too small. You got to invest back in your business. The last thing I'm going to say, write this down. I'm going to talk about it next. Look, when was the last time you did something for the first time? It's a good question, Al Thomas. That's a good one. Stretch yourself. Do something unusual. Next Saturday, I'm gonna come with part 2 of this. You heard Mr. Adrian O'Neill talk about the telephone poles. I didn't talk about the phone booths yet. I gotta talk about that next week. The phone booths in Sacramento. Boy, I tell you what, I've had so much fun in building my network marketing business. And the reason why I may become senior vice president, I'm not saying it's the only reason, because I'll just stretch myself to do things that a person won't do. Quit asking questions and just start doing it. Nike, just do it. All right, I'm gonna open the phone lines up for a minute or 2 for questions. Anybody got any questions?
Mr. Thomas, I'll just, I haven't got a question, but I'll just tell you something.
Yes, Ms. Collins.
Actually, it starts this Thursday because we're just out of lockdown, so we haven't gone back to church yet. And I've signed up for baptismal classes. I'm helping Father Greg to do baptismal classes. 1 was to help with the Jimbaroo, but 2 was to meet parents and hand out for ACN. And also they have probably become a income earner rather than because they've just had babies. So that's why I'm trying to think outside the square and not only to give back to the church and to God, but that's what I've started in my own time as well, once a month to start helping with baptismal classes.
There you go, dear. Exposure, folks. All you got to do is expose it. All she's doing is connecting with people. God bless you. Thank you, Ms. Collins. You're amazing. You're just, all y'all amazing. I just want y'all to come unglued and go out there and light your hairs on fire. Thank you, dear. Who else want to share real quickly before you end the call? All right. Did anybody get anything out of tonight? Yes.
This is Pat. I
Yes,
have
Pat.
gone from door to door in a neighborhood in the and gotten probably about 84 customers when I was in another energy business.
There you go. There you go. And ladies, don't go. Ladies, let me say this: if you're a lady, don't go by yourself. Take another lady with you.
I did.
Okay, good. Because ladies, I gotta look out for y'all. Y'all go in pairs. Guys, we're knuckleheads. We go by ourselves, or 2 of us go together. Good. Thank you, dear. That's wonderful. Anybody else want to share?
Mr. Al Thomas, this is Marie.
Yes, Marie.
So what I've learned is just to take myself out of the way. And it's always just pass it to Mr. Lewis. And that's has been working so amazing and just taking me out of the picture. And that's it. I just edify him to the max and that's it. That's why we're growing.
That's exactly why you're growing. Your last two ladies both got their $700 checks deposited. I saw that. Congratulations. You know, folks, if you can just get out of the way and pass the ball to the upline. This is nothing new we haven't been saying. Well, thank you, Miss Marie. I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we'll get to come and see and Cindy.
We're ready. We're
I know
ready.
you're always ready. Thank you, dear. You're a sweetheart. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm waiting because I know what if you guys keep doing what you're doing, you'll be regional director very shortly. I love it. Thank you, dear. Anybody else want to share tonight? Anything you want to share on your heart?
Luis and Peon in Japan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm doing is when I'm out there walking my dog or playing tennis or going to work on the train, I just talk to people. I get their contact, and if they speak English, I'll expose them to ACN. But if their English is limited, I just give them to my wife, and that's how we have gotten some IBOs. So my wife has helped me tremendously. So that's all. Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go. Pass it to somebody. Anybody but us. There you go. I love it. Who else want to share? Anybody else want to share something this week or share what they got out of today's call?
Well, this week I was driving through to get myself a beverage, and the lady that was working the window, she didn't look like a normal worker. So I said, "You must be the owner or the manager." And she smiled and she said, "I'm the manager." I said, "You know what? You're too sharp to be working in here."
Ah, there you go. You're too sharp. It works. It works.
Yeah. And I got some information from her. So yeah.
There you go. You tell, I mean, think about who's gonna say, no, I'm not that sharp, I'm dumb. It works every time. See,
Yeah.
these are givens, folks. These are so given. You know, I love it. 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 Man, this is some good stuff. Anybody else want to share?
Al Thomas perseverance.
Huh?
Say that again. Perseverance. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Who's this? Who's speaking?
This is Dan Jones.
Yes, sir. Perseverance. That's right. And be it for the long haul. Be in it for the long haul. That's, you know, if you guys made 25 calls a day, you'd be surprised what would have happened within 90 days, 6 months, a year for the day. And speaking on that, I'm gonna give you guys another little tidbit real quick. Call everybody in your downline. And this is what I would say to them. Man, can you believe these co-founders have lost their mind? This bonus this month, and to talk about the bonus. You will get so many people woke up. And then sometimes they'll ask me, well, you know, I'm not doing it. Well, you know, whatever. I says, man, why am I calling you? Well, look, watch this. We already got your money. I'm calling you because it works. And then they come around a little bit like, yeah, why did Sam Foster call me? You're right. You already got my money. Then they come to realization they're not working the business. Look, you're active. We already got your money. Why am I calling? I'm trying to call to help you. We already got your money. I don't need anything from you. You'd be surprised how that just takes the pressure off people. People are so busy with excuses. But it takes the pressure off when you say, look, we already got your money. I'm calling because I really care about you and your family, trying to help you. And I'd say most people today are trying to survive. Ooh-wee, that's a powerful word. I'm starting to use more of that, survival. Let me try to make your survival money in case this thing come back. And everybody's ears perk up. Because it happened once, which means it could happen again. Let me try to make this survival money. Ooh-wee. Words are very powerful. Bible says life and death are the power of our tongues. It's so true. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a plum pleasure tonight. I can't wait to part 2 next week. And we're gonna go back and go through some more stuff that still work, but work a little differently. You ain't gotta do what I did, but maybe your creative juices will start going.